If you like to play golf, there's a clubhouse at the golf course with all kinds of clubs. You check out what you want to play with, and you swing, and you leave them there. What the hell are you lugging that junk home for? You understand? You got a closet full of stuff. Skis, books, everything works like the public library. Let me explain that to you. Years ago, women marched for a public library. Why? Because the books were too expensive, and they said all Americans, all Frenchmen, all Greeks should have access to books free of charge. So they marched in Washington, they marched in France and England, and they had rotten eggs thrown at them. Every move that made life better was fought on every front, because the establishment, meaning those that are in power, like it the way it is, and they like to keep things the way it is. You understand? If women do the same job men do, they don't earn as much. They like it that way. And they don't like unions. And unions are not interested in the people, they're interested in what it does for the laborer. If the laborer makes 10 bucks an hour, he goes out on strike, he now makes 15 bucks an hour, the price of the car goes up. Did you know that? So what benefits labor doesn't benefit everybody. We're in a system that benefits everybody without any poverty, hunger, deprivation, drugs. You have to do away with the money system. As long as there's money, you can pay off senators. You can pay off congressmen. Do you understand what I'm talking about? You can buy judges. You can go to the best doctors. But if you haven't got money, you can't do a damn thing. So don't talk to me about equal justice under the law. I don't know what that means. If you haven't got the money to go in for an operation that costs $3,000, you don't go. What do you mean by equal justice under the law? If you're convicted of a certain crime, if you can't afford a good lawyer, you can't get off. People that can afford the best lawyers can get reduced the sentence. So there's no such thing as equal justice under the law. All that's bull. So you got to think about what I'm talking about. I'm not just people say, well, are you a communist or socialist? No, because communism uses money, communism has banks, communism has armies, navies. We don't have any of that. We don't have prisons, we don't have police. There's a reason for it. I'm going to try to describe it. This is the public library, this little building here. What happened with the public library? Well, people could go in and check out a book for a week. If they wanted it longer, they can check it out longer. Now, the people believe that people that own bookstores wouldn't buy books if you made them available. That's what they really believe. But once they got the library in, people read more and they bought more books because they knew more. They were wrong. So if next door to the library I have a camera center where anybody in the community can go in and check out a camera just like a book. You understand what I'm saying? They can check it out for a month or a week, but they're shown how to use it. If a kid, say 11 years old, comes in and says, I'd like to check out a camera, we say, do you know how to use it? He says, no. We show him how. Then I said, what do you want to do with it? The kid says, I love animals. I says, bring back animal pictures that you take. We'll instruct you in layout, color, how to use the camera better. Well, there's a camera center. There's a musical instrument. You can check out a violin, a saxophone, a banjo, any instrument you want, just like the library. That's the end of most crime. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you make things available to people, let's say, I don't know you, he steals a watch that's worth $150. His fourth crime. They put him in jail for 7 years. It was the third or fourth crime. Do you know how many watches that cost? 7 years of feeding, medical care, and food, and clothing. It's cheaper to give him a watch. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Putting a person in jail does not make them any better. In fact, they come out worse, antisocial. Putting people in jail is the stupidity of government. All governments, not just ours. They are all corrupt all over the world. unless you go to some primitive island. It would be different. So I want you to understand what I'm saying. And any questions up to now?